I have a 2013 Honda Accord here. I'm gonna be doing the fuel pump. Started doing it, realized I should probably take a video of this. But the first step is gonna be to take the back seat off because your fuel pump is right there underneath it. So on each side, you can see the other one right there. You're gonna have these clips. You're gonna want to take pliers or something to grip this and then just pull it out. And you do that, and then the back seat just pops up. So do that on each side, and then you will have this piece here that's just hooked under the back seat here. Slide that out, and then you'll have this cover sitting right there. You're gonna want to take these and twist them just about 90 degrees. I stripped this one out, as you can see, because I thought it was a full screw. So you're not gonna want to actually unthread it. You just twist it so that way the piece lines up. If I can explain that well. The piece is an ellipse shape, so you're gonna want to twist it so it lines up with that hole. Then it just pops out. Then you'll have this clip left here. Just press on the tab, pull that out, and then you'll be right here. So the next step under your driver's side floorboard, there's gonna be a fuse box diagram. I don't know if you can tell, but one of these here says fuel pump. That one there, so that translates up to this fuse box. You're gonna go over, it's the 9th one. I think it was this one or this one, I'm not gonna count them, but then you just remove that fuse. That'll allow you to try to crank over the car, and as you're cranking, the fuel that's in the lines currently will go up into the engine, which will then allow less fuel to actually be out here because the fuel pump can't pump it through. So once you take this line off, it won't make as big of a mess as if you didn't do that step. All right, so now that we've done that and depressurized this, we're going to take some pliers, pinch these two white clips on here. See the lines here, pinch those two. That'll allow you to pull this off, and I'll let you know if there's any other tips to do once I do that. All right, so that was pretty simple. Yeah, you just pinch those together, pull the line off. Mine actually didn't make a mess at all. So now our next step is going to be taking a flathead screwdriver and a hammer, putting it against here, tapping it a few times over here, going lefty-loosey, tapping it here, go to each corner, just tap it around because you don't want to tap on one side. It just won't break free like that. So I'll give you guys an update after that. One thing too is to get a vacuum or something and also try and clean up everything around here, because once you break this lock ring out, it's going to expose the gas tank and you don't want any debris and dirt going in there. So I don't have one on me, which would be very nice. So if you have one, just clean up this as much as you can. So this is the best angle I'm going to be able to show you exactly what I'm doing. So as you can see, this lock ring has these little fins on it. So like I would start here and I would tap the hammer this way, right? And it wouldn't budge at all. So now I would move around to this side, do it, and then just keep working around in a circle. And it didn't move for probably 5 minutes, but just tapping it on each side was enough to break it free finally, to where you'll see it here just rotate easy now. And I mean, I was doing that for a while and it wasn't moving at all. So just make sure you're not tapping in one spot. You're just gonna break that free down, but the seal everywhere else will be bad. So just make sure you angle it, here first, then back this way, and then come that way, and eventually it'll break free and be easy like it is now. All right, so now that I got that unscrewed, that fuel line there, you're gonna want to make sure that is out of the way when you pull that off so you don't break it. After that, this all just comes out freely. You can see it's full of fuel. So another tip, try to do this on an empty tank. I'm gonna dump that back into the tank as much as I can, and then get on to put the new one back in. Currently running out, so I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as I can, so I may not video everything I do, but you can see that here's a new fuel pump, and it's got a lever here to read the level of the fuel. So as you can see, if you look straight down, that doesn't fit in the hole that the fuel pump's going in. So when you put the fuel pump in, make sure you put that side first down into the hole, and then you can lay it down in the tank. That way you don't break anything. The new fuel pump comes with a new gasket and lock ring. So I'll take a video of that once I put that into. And you're gonna wanna make sure that or you don't have to, but I'm going to make sure that I try to put this fuel pump in the same way that it came out. So mine, this little fuel nipple was facing the front of the car, so when I put mine in, I'm just going to put it in. Not sure how much that really matters or if it matters at all, but that's just what I'm personally going to do. So I did have a little struggle putting the new O-ring on. Here's the old one. The new one, whenever you put it on, it wants to shrink back to its normal size, which is a tiny bit smaller than the current circle it's in. So it wants to keep popping off. So what I did was, when I first put it on, I would put the fuel pump in, and if it nudged it a tiny bit, it would slide off. So I expanded it out, and I would press it like this with all my fingers down, and just kept going around for probably 2 or 3 minutes, just trying to really seat it down in there, so that way it doesn't want to pop free at all, and it gets more comfortable getting a little stretched out. So that's what I did, because I mean, I would put it on, I would go to put the fuel pump in, and it'd pop right off. So this seems to have worked, so I will give an update once I put the fuel pump back in. So a couple notes on this one. Doing that, stretching it out and seating it really did help, because I put the new one in. Easy, didn't move the O-ring at all. The new fuel pump does not come with this piece, so you're gonna need to pry this off carefully not to break it. Hopefully you haven't thrown this one away yet, because I'm just now realizing I still need it. So the other thing is, when you put this what's called the lock ring on, you need to, you see how the fuel pump moves? So the fuel pump will bottom out at the tank, and then this will be sticking up a little past that O-ring you put in. So when you put it, you need to push that down, and as you push that down, you got to slide the lock ring on and twist it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that off, put the new line on, plug up this clamp, and then we should be good to go. We'll test it out after that. Alright, so it's not as fragile as I thought. All you gotta do is take a flathead and put it inside and pry it up, twist it around while it's still over this little lip, and then do the other side. Comes right off. Didn't have any signs of being about to break, so that's good. So we're gonna plug this up, put the cap back on, start it up. It'll probably struggle at first just because the fuel pump doesn't have any fuel inside it yet. It's not pressurized, so don't be worried if it doesn't start at first. Just start it up. It may take a couple cranks or so, may take a hold, about 5 seconds or so. But after that, I'm going to drive it around, turn it off, and then see if it's starting up, and then probably give another update in a week just to make sure that I didn't have any signs, and if I have any signs, I'll let you guys know to see if they're normal or not. So we're going to hook this back up and then go give it a drive. Another note is to not forget the fuse that we had taken out from under the driver's side. Otherwise your fuel pump will never start. So we're going to want to listen for a little hum to see if the fuel pump turns on too. So I heard that. I don't know if you can hear on camera. So here goes the first start. Started right up. That's actually very surprising. So before the car, you would crank it. It'd take like 3, 4, 5 seconds to actually start, which was my first sign of why I thought it was a fuel pump. So I mean, with the brand new one, it wasn't even pressurized and it started up quicker than it had in the past. So it is running great. I had turned it off after I started it off and on about 4 times. It started up perfect every time. Another thing is I had a check engine light on, which was down here. It's not visible anymore. I haven't even cleared the codes yet. They just went away on their own. I had about 5 different ones, which was I had an evap leak small, evap leak large. I had a purge valve, code for a purge valve. I had a couple other emissions ones, so which again was a sign of why I thought it was the fuel pump. But all those have went away, which, you know, again, just leads to another clarification of, yes, the fuel pump was the problem. So I don't have any other issues. So if you're experiencing still some weird starting issues, you may want to keep looking further, because this car had a lot. It even stalled on me at a stoplight one time. So yeah, if you're still experiencing any other symptoms, it's probably not the fuel pump. It may be other fuel related, but my fuel pump has fixed all my issues. So that's the update for now.